EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. The LSU man, Leonard Fournette, born right here in New Orleans. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Second down, back to Fournette. He takes this for 3 to the 29. The Bucs and Saints expected to possibly be the two to slug it out for the NFC South title in 2022. The Saints have had the Bucs number pretty much since the arrival of Tom Brady, at least in the regular season. They're 4-0 against Tampa Bay the last 2 seasons in the regular season. But remember, when Tampa won the Super Bowl, they did defeat New Orleans en route to that title. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd and 2, Brady. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. On first down, Brady. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Leonard Fournette stopped short of the marker on fourth down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Jameis to throw it. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Saints at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Michael Thomas. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints will jump on top for the game's first score here this afternoon. Looks good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Brady now to throw. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Brady going to try and throw on third down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. They'll run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
The left side completion to Jones.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Up the gut, Fournette. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Eric Ebron. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point put through by Succop. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They go play action. Winston.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 47 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's got some space here.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Winston.
is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing now is Brady. This is intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and goal, Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Third and goal, Winston. Flushed out right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. A quick pass here to Godwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before half for Brady. Airing this one out for Evans.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
To throw, Winston. He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston.
And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns.
Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. Past the 20. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Mike Evans. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Buccaneers have got it back to within a score.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
On play action, Winston. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And got his man, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 32 yards. And the Buccaneers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point put through by Succop. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Saints get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Brady now on 1st down. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back near his own goal line, Winston. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction. And that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady.
That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
62 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Brady now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. Ebron caught left side. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Bucs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game here in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kamara, 73 yards. And the Saints are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him. One of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. And if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
It's a gain of 35. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he's got room. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 70. And the Saints are on their way to a 2-0 start. Lutz with the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He'll buy some time right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wants to try to end the PAT. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
79 yards on the ground for Fournette. It's a first down. Now Leonard Fournette. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Brady. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. On play action. Now Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Brady airing this one out for Evans. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that... There he goes, right side. 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their